Hey guys, welcome to Boho Jewel on YouTube. Today I want to share with you some things that I have learned about using stickers and glitter to make these cute little resin magnets. Now you can do this also to make pendants or earrings, obviously, but I've been playing around with making some fun Halloween magnets and some other things. So this is actually a sticker in here, and then I put the glitter behind it. And I've been experimenting with the glitter in a few different ways. So one thing that I want to point out first about the glitter is this is one of my experiments. I'm trying to get it at a good angle so you can see how all the glitter kind of drops down in there. So keep that in mind, and then keep in mind this one where the glitter runs all the way throughout the entire back of the piece. And I'm going to show you how to get both effects in just a minute. So I have here all these cute little sushi stickers that I found at Michael's, I think it was, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I love those. Those would make such cute magnets. So I've already got some started here, and I want to share with you the easiest way that I have found to get stickers into resin molds without getting a lot of bubbling. So the first thing I do, especially with these kind of molds, because the round ones right here, they have kind of a really narrow little peak to them. So, and it's this one right here. So they come out really nice and round, but it's really easy to get little air bubbles stuck down in there. So the first thing that I do, I'm gonna put this one over on the side, is I pour just a little bit of resin in there to begin with. Just enough to kind of cover it. And then we're gonna pick a sticker. Let's see. So now I take my sticker and I actually just drop it into my resin. So what this will do, this will cover the sticker in the resin, so then it's nice and coated with it, and I just have noticed that it runs a lot less risk of an air bubble. And then I take my little stick and I really just, I mean, this is the easiest way I have found to do this, you guys, and I just slide it in there and just let it kind of drop in there. And it will, on its own, kind of move toward the center a little. You can nudge it just a little bit. But you see, I don't know how well the camera is going to pick that up. It will kind of, the resins then sort of mix with each other, and then you don't have all those air bubbles underneath. So that is what I did with all of these and the larger pieces. And then what I do before I do any kind of a glittery background, I make sure that these are cured. So all of these right here have already been cured, and so they've already got a nice little section right there, and what that will do is separate the image from your glitter. If you try to do, like if I put glitter in this right now, it's all gonna come forward and it's all gonna mix together. So that's how you get those two separate things going on. So before I mix up that bit of resin to show you, I wanted to show you how you can get kind of this effect. And now you might wonder why you would want this effect, but you know, you can get really creative. This is one that probably shows it better. So you see these are little glitter pieces, little glass pieces, and then some little glittery stars, and then some actual glitter in there too. But when you put it in that mold, all of that stuff is going to drop straight to the bottom, because even something like glitter where you think it's super lightweight, it's just gravity is going to pull it down. These little stars I actually added after the fact. So that's what I've done here. So I've added some white glitter, this super fine glitter that I also found at Michael's. And then I have these little glass pieces from ice resin that I sprinkled in there, and then when I pour my resin over top, you'll see kind of what happens. But you just kind of really slowly pour it over and try to spread it out try to kind of spread the resin out as you're pouring it, because if you pour it right down the middle, it's all going to kind of surround the resin, if that makes sense. If you pour it right down the middle, it's just going to glop up on top of itself. But then what will happen is some of the heavier pieces will fall forward, and they'll just kind of float around each other, and it gives it a really organic kind of a look. So, you know, if you just want something a little looser, something where it looks like little particles are just floating around randomly in the background, that's how you would do this. Now, one tip against this is this is only for kind of a mild side effect. You don't want to fill your cup with glitter, because if you, like, say, fill an entire mold with glitter and then pour the resin on, you're going to get that little effect that I was talking about where you pour the resin and then the glitter is just going to sort of congeal around the resin. And in these, the reason I'm doing that effect is I'm using these little stars that I found, and I'm going to make little magnets with those. So I found these little stars, and I think they're scrapbooking supplies, so I've got them face down, and I thought it would be pretty to have that sort of glittery effect around the background. But again, I let the first layer set before I did that. Now, if you're wanting to get a nice floaty look, what you need to do is actually add your glitter into your resin container. Because again, if you just sprinkle it onto the back, ooh, there we go, that's a pretty good bit. It's just going to float around. But if you mix it into the resin that you're pouring, see how it's already starting to mix up? And you can mix different colors if you want to, but you see how then what happens is the glitter disperses itself throughout the resin, and it will then kind of more stay where you want it to. And then you can decide how much glitter you want or don't want. I'm actually going to add just a little bit more to make sure it looks nice and full. Now, one piece of advice on this, one thought on this, is this is using, again, a really fine glitter. Here I have sort of heavier, they're gold flakes. So it doesn't say on here specifically, yeah, they're glass. Okay, I lied. They do say. So these are glass, just like the little ice resin ones that I got. And these are just, it's Recollections from Michael's. I found it in the scrapbooking area. That's still heavier. It's still going to want to sink to the bottom, even if you mix it in your cup like this, and it's just gravity. They're heavy materials. But if you do just the really fine glitter, it will stay kind of mixed up in there. It just disperses and it stays mixed up. And then I'm going to add it over top of my already prepared sushi rolls that are already dry. So you can see how the glitter is really dispersed through there, and then you'll get that really nice background where it's really nice and full. Now, one thing I will say is if you did want it super dark, you can just add more glitter in there. You can add several colors, and it might start making the resin a little thicker. Don't panic about that. So, you know, if you want it super, super dark in the background and you add a bunch more glitter, it might start getting thicker feeling, but it's not going to hurt anything. It's still going to pour and cure really easily. So I hope that was a helpful little tip. I had a lot of hits and misses while I was trying to figure this out, but I hope that it helps you guys in some of your project ideas. Subscribe to my channel because I've got some other fun things coming up too. I have also been experimenting with nail polish. So as soon as these are cured and get popped out and I know what works and what didn't, I will be doing a tutorial about that as well as some other things. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know if you have any specific questions in the comments below, and I will see you guys soon.